Welcome back. It's winter. It's cold. My hands are frozen. But we have all our hoops up, as we showed you in the last video, and now we're going to try and tackle the end walls. We got to be experts at the hoops. Not that it does us any good. We're done making hoops. We have no clue how to get these end walls up, but we're trying. I'm sure we'll figure it out. So our goal for today, even though it's frozen out here, it was raining quite heavily this morning, but it stopped, thank God, is to try and get this end wall up and then put the corner bracing on it. And then there's wind bracing that goes on top, so we can be done at this end. Let me show you what we've done so far and just how cold it is here. Okay, so to start with, when I say it's cold, this morning our scaffolding was absolutely covered in ice. I'll show you. We swept all the ice. You can see it out there, but here's some of the chunks of ice that we broke off the scaffolding. So that's how cold we're talking about when we say cold, and it's ridiculous. We got a plumb bob hooked up, so you can see that we're pretty plumb on our wall here. The wind's blowing, so it's moving a little bit, but it's pretty plumb. So we're sort of ready to start trying to cut these pieces and put them up, and hopefully it's not going to be too bad. The main problem, of course, is our scaffolding. We have to get it down and then back inside of here and move it each time, and it takes time, but it'll be okay. So we'll get started on that. We'll take a little bit of video as we go along, and hopefully this will help someone in the future. Let's see what we can get done. And for the magic of television, as they used to say, we have an end wall. Scaffolding is a little bit in the way, but yeah, it's pretty good, nice and solid. It wasn't that difficult to do, just time consuming. We got the nice vent up there, which we may never end up using because we're not using this as a greenhouse, but nevertheless, it's good and sturdy. It's nice, and you can see the plumb bob down there. We're right on the money. So yeah, we have this end wall done. Now what's left is we got to do some wind bracing up top and finish the corner bracing here, which is nothing. And then we'll turn our attention to the other end. Now on this end, oh, my thing fell off. On this end, we're still not quite sure what we're going to do because, I have to make sure we leave enough room for the Kubota to get in here. But at the same time, we have to put the mesh on this. And if I start putting planters in here, we can't get the scaffolding around. So I think we'll build most of that wall, but leave a big hole in the middle where the door would go even taller, so the Kubota can drive in here, and then we'll turn our attention to putting up the mesh. And let me back up a little bit. So you can get sort of an idea of what it's going to look like. Jason, maybe come over here and shoot this way. So that looks pretty good. We'll work on that end a little bit at a time. This wasn't that bad. It took us one day, a full day. We actually did it in 2.5 days because we have other things going on in our lives. But it wasn't bad. It was easier than the hoops. So, and we're being lucky so far with the weather. It's holding up. So we'll continue to shoot, and hopefully the next time you see us, we'll have done as much as we can on that end wall, and we'll have the mesh on order. But it's coming along. Hello? Why am I inside? So I'm driving home from work yesterday. It's a typical winter day, a little rain, a little dark, nothing special. I pull up to a mountain, I start up the mountain, I reach the edge of our property, and this is what I see. I thought I would shoot this. I just got home today from work. I'm spinning here. Let's see if I get my car going again. Let's see, come on baby, let's go. I wanted to show you what happens when if you come down the regular road, down bottom of the hill, there's no snow. But you get up on top of our mountain here, this is what it looks like. We always get a lot more snow than people down in the valley. So I think construction is going to be delayed a little bit again. Hopefully it rains soon, and maybe it'll melt the snow away. I'll be able to get restarted again. But for the time being, as you can see, it's a winter wonderland here. it's nice to have a large piece of property, but you have to deal with a very long driveway like this. It's a lot of work. There's a little red house distance. And you'll see the garage that we're building coming right up. Over right there, and well, that's where the garage is going to be, in that clearing. And you can just see the garden just behind the barn there. And of course, everything is covered in snow now. So hopefully this is not permanent. Hopefully we get a little bit of rain over the next few days, and we can keep going. I heard from the building installation people, and they tell me that weather permitting, they're shooting for 3 weeks from now. So I'm really hoping that weather will be permitting, because it'd be nice to get this garage in. I have to admit, it's beautiful. I mean, it's just beautiful. And it's nice to see it this way. But boy, are we going to need a little bit of help from the weather, right? I mean, we're going to need some rain or some warm days or something, because Jason and I still have a lot of work to do here. We have to finish this end wall. We have to put up all the cage mesh, and that's going to be a lot of work, and we've got to get it all done before spring so that we can get irrigation in, and the planters, and the ground, and the dirt in, and have any chance at all at having a vegetable garden for this year. It's going to be very hard. And on top of that, the garage people, they're coming in another couple of weeks to put in the building. And then with that, we also get plumbing and electrical and, heating and insulation and all the work that Jason have to do in that garage in order to be able to get those cars in there before this winter, because I don't know how much longer Dagmar is going to be happy with having her car parked outside in the snow. So we're going to need help, but boy, that's gorgeous. It's nice to see this, even if it's going to delay us a little bit. So come back again and visit us for the next episode. Hopefully the snow will be gone and we will have done more progress on this. And I hope you're enjoying this so far. Ciao, ciao.